Mini stock heat number 1 of the evening, August 24th, 2013. Here at the Bakersfield Speedway, we're going racing mini stock style. Here we go racing, battling it out. Winchester back in the number 0. Jacob Shepard on the point in the 2nd spot. That is the number 84, Chris Settlemeyer. 3 wide Winchester in the 0. The other Shepard in the back row, the 79 back. Stevenson, I should try to pronounce that name correctly, in the number 3.
Smoke coming out of your leader.
Steven Settlemeyer.
Oh, they're having contact in the back. Still.
And Jeffrey's announcing. Welcome, Jeffrey.
What? I'm not here. I am here.
Smoke. Oh, we've got more contact over in the corners.
Tori Sivison, you mentioned, or I mentioned, the smoke coming out of your leader, the 78 machine of Jacob Shepard. Getting a lot of pressure from the 84S. That's Chris Settlemeyer pulling double duty tonight in the American stocks and here in the minis.
It's been some time since we've seen the Shepards out here, at least for low budget TV. And when they come back, they're in the lead, but like you said,
Yellow
smoking.
Flag. I believe they are asking the 78 to pull it into the pits. They are. And we're on lap number 3. We're going to get this one restarted and back underway.
Here we go. Restart lap number 3. We go racing here, the mini stocks. The first race of the evening, the first heat race of the night. Settlemeyer out front. Chris Settlemeyer in the 84. Here comes 3 wide Winchester on the outside.
Right behind these two, the 79 machine going to try to close in. That's Doug Shepard. And here we go.
I'm going to look back here for a second.
3 wide Winchester. That's another Settlemeyer in the 48S. That's Steven Settlemeyer and the 3 machine of Tori Sivison. Winchester takes over the lead from Settlemeyer. Shepard takes over second from Settlemeyer.
Speaking of seeing people in a while, oh boy. 3 wide Winchester coming back from vacation.
And it looks like he's going to get a little bit of contact here on lap number 5 of this heat race, the first heat race of August. Hello?
Hello? Telephone's cord's been unplugged.
Yes, it was. Battle's going to be for the lead with 2 laps to go in this heat race. Winchester holds it. White flag in the air.
Shepard sees the white. He says it's time to go.
Shepard looking low. The number 0 of Johnny. 3 wide Winchester holds the lead. Shepard going to look to try to set up the corner. He's looking low. Winchester pushes wide. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line. It's going to be Shepard.
I love how on camera I'm having to use Jeffrey's mic because someone unplugged my microphone. Thank you. I love how Winchester totally looking out the driver's side window the entire time to see if he would cross the line first. What a way to shape the evening on the first heat race of many. Heat race number 2 for the DC's RV Center mini stocks here at the Bakersfield Speedway. We're getting ready to go. Heat race number 2 action with this lineup.
I can see your sheet.
With this lineup here, well, here, look, this is what we're doing right now. Starting through the lineup.
And we are going to fly with the mini stock heat race number 2.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Gary Spiller Jr. on the pole to his outside. Torrey Johnson. Darren Sherman. That would be the 25 of Zach Boitnott, first time we've seen him. And rounding out the field, the 97, Jonathan Croft. We go racing. Good start. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Spiller out front, Sherman in the 2nd spot. It's been some time since we've seen Sherman. I think everybody's gearing up for the Bud Nationals. Would you say? Croft blowing it in the corner, some contact with Johnson. And we are racing. I do wonder what happened to Jonathan Croft's front plastic bumper.
Oh, maybe that happened. He almost.
There could be a rhyme and a reason to why there's not an existing plastic bumper on that 97. Here comes Boitnott in the 25. That car screams down the straightaway. Take a listen as they come down the straightaway. Up on the chip going into turn number 1. Battle for the third spot. 3-car battle for third. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Boitnott going to the inside and making the pass official. But we're now battling for spot number 4. Tori Johnson in 02. Baby blue machine. Look at that right rear. That is going to be interesting. I do believe that happened because of the contact with Croft.
I think the 25 just clipped the tire.
Did you see the back of the 02? Take a look as they go down the straightaway. That's where all the smoke's coming from, I believe. Right here. That wheel is bent in or bent out, however you want to look at it.
I think Tori Johnson.
And we've got some tire rub on the 08 machine, it looks like.
Tommy, I think the 02 got hit so hard
on the left side that it hurt the right side of the car.
That it literally shoved that side of the car into the dirt.
Man, oh man. Well, usually in skid plate racing, we just fix that with a forklift. Not the case here at Bakersfield Speedway. That's that number 8 machine.
97, baby.
In the second spot, the 8 of Darren Sherman smoking the right rear. Looks to be tire rub of some sort. You can smell the tire burning. But we have a battle for third spot. Croft trying to get around Zach Boitnott. White flag out for your leader, Gary Spiller, who's been leading this one basically flag to flag. This third place battle is not going to end. Coming through turn 3, your leader and eventual winner in the second heat race for the DC's RV Center Mini Stocks here at the Bakersfield Speedway. And hanging on is that number 8 machine of Darren Sherman, but we still have a battle coming through turn 3 and 4. Croft goes high. Boitnott, it's going to be a drag race, and oh my, did you see what I just saw?
Photo finish.
A photo finish, but to me it looked like the 25 lifted as he crossed the line. Zach Boitnott finishing 4th, and Croft
I think what happened was he had no idea where the 97 went.
Very true. Croft taking the spot at the line. 2 photo finishes so far in the mini stocks.
Getting ready for heat race number 1 for the American stocks. Getting ready to go. 6 cars. Ready to duel it out. The number 59 machine, driven by Mike Hill Jr. Looks like a new body on that machine after the last race. The 25.
Or potentially a new car.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Good point. 25 of Cody Sly, main event winner of the last race. Last time we were out here. The 23 is driven by Ethan Dotson. So driver change on that one. The 84 machine, driven by Chris Settlemeyer. The 64 is Eric Silvius. And the 55 is point leader Matt Lewis.
6 cars, 8 laps. We go racing.
Sly with a good start. Settlemeyer going to try to follow through on the outside. Hill's going to push, and Dotson's going to look low. We're going to have some contact. Contact. Sly gets hit. Did you see the tire up?
Yes.
Hill's holding on to it. Hey, we talked to Settlemeyer a little bit. He's looking to be moving in full-time to this division next year. Currently also runs and running for points in the mini stocks.
Which, if you are looking for a car to race in mini stocks here at Bakersfield Speedway, talk to Settlemeyer.
Oh, contact between Hill and Lewis. Don't forget, those two got together on the last lap of the last time we were out here. Wreaking some havoc again here during the heat races. Hill's looking sideways right now. That official's doing a lot of flag pointing right now. Settlemeyer into the wall.
Flat right front, it looked like.
Had all the sights of that. He's not stopping, though. Caution is out. And I think the 84 doesn't know that.
Or cares, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Let's take a look at the right front. And the air is in the wheel. So I just maybe the car got up in the marbles and didn't want to turn.
That was weird. That had all the sights of it being a flat tire, so we'll have to keep an eye on that car for the rest of the night. Lap number 3 restart, getting ready to go back to racing. Cody Sly, our leader. Matt Lewis has worked his way up to second. A lot of contact in this heat race. We'll keep an eye on all these drivers, see who's misbehaving. Green flag in the air. We talked to Sly earlier in the pits. He's pretty much ready to go for the repeat. Looking for victory lane again tonight.
Got Lewis hot on the trail right now, looking to try to get around. Battle for the third spot as well.
Yeah, that's Dotson to the inside of Hill. Dotson usually drives the number 74 machine, but that car had some issues in the last race. Settlemeyer with the right rear flat tire. He's going to pull it off the racetrack. And contact. And contact for the lead.
Doggy, battle for the lead down the front straightaway. Sly holding off Lewis.
It's like an old car chase in a movie.
That's right.
The cars are slipping and sliding, beating and banging, and we're racing. 5 laps down, 3 laps to go, 2 at the line.
Great side-by-side action. Out of turn number 4, it's still going to be Sly.
Sly is perfectly taking away the line of Lewis on the exit of the corner. See if he continues here. Lewis had a good turn 2. Gonna pull up. There might be contact between these two. Sly drifts up a little bit. White flag in the air. Contact.
Oh boy. This could be our 3rd straight go to finish. Though that bobble, that bobble really screwed that up.
Yeah, but Sly needs to have a good turns 3 and 4. Lewis trying to set it up here. And it's going to be Cody Sly capturing the victory in the heat race.
Heat race number 2 for the American stocks here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Brian Childress, previous winner out here this season, will be starting on the pole to his outside, the number 72, Tyler Irwin, who's looking for a big win here tonight. Second row goes to the number 52 of Perry Alderman, who has been very consistent and very exciting this year. Those dents on the side of the car are in no way, shape, or form due to the lack of excitement. Kevin Johnson, the 22J, and rounding out the field, the number 35, Johnny Wood. We go racing, green flag. Great battles going into turn number 1. We've got something going down the front straightaway. That's going to bring out a caution here. So a complete restart in store, but that was a fantastic battle going into turn number 1. And it looks like it could have been a spring. Maybe from the 22K. I said J, I'm sorry. It's K. Let's find out the official running to the debris, and it is a, looks like, what does it look like, Jeffrey? Is that a spring spacer or something?
Is that right? Like the picture?
I think someone lost their cooking utensils.
Maybe someone lost the stove. Well, they said they were going to change everything, including the kitchen sink, except for they lost the stove.
Well, full restart here, and we'll bring it back to you.
Here we go. Full restart, -1 car. The 35, Johnny Wood, pulling off to the pits, not infield. What do I think? We're at a Sprint Cup race or something? We go racing, and we're going to see the battles continue going into turn 1. Drag race. Childress, Irwin, Alderman, and Johnston. And Irwin gets the lead down the back straightaway. How long is that going to last? Childress throwing it in. Turns 3 and 4. I don't know if there was contact, but it was very close. Irwin out front. Childress in the second spot, looking to the inside for the lead. Johnston and Alderman were battling going into turn 1, but the battle is cold now as we have a hot battle for the lead. Childress backed up the corner to try to get a run through the middle and the exit, and we saw the result of that. Johnston now trying to challenge Childress for the second spot. Here we are, lap number 3 on the board. And Johnston slipping and sliding through the corners. Irwin's looking strong here tonight, Jeffrey.
Tommy, do you think that Perry Alderman's car is too old to cut the mustard?
It could be, but at the same time, he is in the heat race. And he did fix his right side door. So, it's getting newer as it races.
I think it's just right.
Out front, Irwin in the lead. Childress making any type of gain he possibly can. It looks like Childress has a better car through the corner than Irwin. But down the straightaway, Irwin has the better exit.
Johnston almost into the wall out of turn number 2.
The flip-flop out in the lead right now with 2 laps remaining in this heat race. Do you think Childress has anything for Irwin?
I thought he did, but on that exit of turn 2, Tom, he lost a lot of ground. I don't think he's going to catch him.
White flag out for your leader, Tyler Irwin. He's been looking strong this whole heat race. Childress throwing it in the corner. He goes wide, as well as Johnston. And consistency prevails at number 72 on a hot lap right now. Checkered flag for flip-flop Tyler Irwin. Childress, Johnston, and rounding out the field, Alderman in the 52 machine. Sorry for being a little late. He raced number 1 for the NMRA Midgets. On track now, Don Kiefer, your leader, West in the 38 machine. Kenny Wiley in the 96, and Dotson in the 87. We are racing Kiefer out front. West looking to the high side, not able to get the run down the back straightaway. Kenny Wiley in the number 96 in the 3rd spot. Been a while since we've seen the NMRA Midgets here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Good to see them back. Fun division to watch, and we got a battle for the lead out of turn number 4. West looking to the inside. Chuck West in the number 38 to the inside of Don Kiefer. West will take the point going down the back straightaway. Kiefer looking for any edge, not able to get it done. These 4 cars have not at all separated from each other. Now West, though, is picking up some time over Kiefer. The gap is brewing. Good battle from second on back, though. 6 laps down, 2 laps to go. These cars are fast, fast, fast when they come to the clay oval of Bakersfield Speedway, the West's fastest 3rd mile clay oval. High banked, I forgot to mention that in that slogan. White flag is out for Chuck West, number 38 machine. And Wiley backing it up, almost getting collected with Don Kiefer out of turn number 4. Chuck West taking the checkered flag in the first heat race for the NMRA Midgets. Heat race number 2 for the NMRA Midgets. That'll be Lambert, Grissom, Evans, and Low Piccolo. 4 cars battling it out here for 8 laps. It got tight in turn number 1 with Grissom and Low Piccolo. Lambert out front of the number 55 machine over Evans. West Evans, that is. Dave Lambert in the 55, battle for the lead down the front straightaway. And they keep it tight through turns 1 and 2. Low Piccolo in the 21 with a great exit. He's catching up to your top 2. Anthony Low Piccolo and Britt Grissom. Low Piccolo taking the inside groove and getting around Lambert now into the 2nd spot, move that 21 machine. Can he close in to West Evans? Yes. Okay. If you want, just fast forward and you'll see it. Jeffrey's good with spoilers, aren't you? That's why I never take you to the movies. You know that?
I did not know that.
What? Why do you think you haven't been getting an invite lately? If Low
you didn't want to know how Days of Thunder ended?
If Low Piccolo does actually catch up to West Evans, I'm no longer seriously going to allow you to come to movies, because you'll probably tell me how Pirates of the Caribbean ends. The entire season, or the entire set of movies.
Yeah.
The boat probably sinks at some point. Okay, a little off topic there. NMRA Midgets on track.
This is low budget TV.
We're always off topic. Look at the lead. West Evans has over the 2nd spot of Low Piccolo, Anthony Low Piccolo. White flag out. Flagman at the ready, throwing the white flag in the air. He gives up, because I don't think anybody has anything for Mr. Evans. Down the back straightaway he goes. And And what a smooth, well, I guess he bobbled right there. Out of turn number 4, Evans takes the checkered over Low Piccolo, Lambert, and Grissom.
Tommy, what I noticed on that 36 machine is how little his arms are moving. I mean, that car is handling just how he likes it.
Dialed, and yeah, little movement means easy riding. Sport Mod hate race number 1 of the evening. Holder, that'll be Johnson, Hood, Childress, Schweitzer, Paddock, and Stevens. We go green. Sport Mod action. Johnson out front on this one, Hood in the second spot. Holder and Schweitzer battling it out for third spot. Tyler Johnson with a great start, and this one, the ringleader, Daryl Hood, trying to close in and battle it out for the lead. To the inside he goes and takes the spot in turn number 4. Back here a little bit, Holder and Childress. Paddock pulling off the track and Childress around in turn number 2. No caution, he keeps it going. Battle now for the second spot. Schweitzer closing in, coming from the back of the pack. And now battling for the second spot. Johnson slips up the track. Schweitzer makes a pass on the inside. Stevens lost something in the corner. It would be the drive shaft.
Getting ready for the restart, lap number 4. 8 laps total in this race. Daryl Hood, our leader in the number 2. The 24, Tyler Johnson. 3, Jared Schweitzer. 09, Brylan Holder. And rounding out this field, the 45 of Dangerous David Childress. Now, the announcers have been pointing out this 45 setup all day. That he keeps lifting up the left front. Check this out. Whoa! All right, so that might have been an extreme case of the setup, almost taking Holder with him there. Oh, some tight racing for second. Schweitzer kind of pulled a slide job on the entrance of the turn, something you don't usually see. But takes the second spot away. Now he just has Hood ahead of him. Holder's going to go around over here in turn number 2. And we'll see if this brings out the caution. Waiting for it, waiting for it. Caution flag is out. Lap number 6, 2 laps to go. Getting ready for the restart. Green flag in the air. It's going to be Hood leading us away. Schweitzer, Johnson, and Childress. 4 cars left in this one. The 86 of Stevens had his mechanical issue. And you saw the spin. Continue on. So Holder now in the pits. 4 cars left to go. White flag in the air. This time by is going to end it. Looks like Hood's car is handling just the way he wants it to. And it's just where he wants it to. Up in the front, checkered flag out for Hood. He's going to take this victory. And that's the first heat race for the Sport Mods.
Here we go, heat race for the Sport Mods. Second one of the evening. Here we go, Jordan Hager in the 9J to his outside, Jason Nation in the 83, the 74, Wild Wayne Dotson to Wayne's outside, the 28P John Piker, 17T Brian Terry, 74X Ethan Dotson, and Matt Mayo rounding out the field. We go racing. We knew the day would come eventually when we'd see 2 74s and one of them spinning out in turn 2. We always wondered what would happen when both 74s get on track, and now we know. They're just going to put an X on it.
Oh boy.
Mayo around, battle for the lead down the front straightaway. No caution needed in this one. Jordan Hager, Jason Nation, now Ethan Dotson spins out in turn 2, and that, he keeps it going right in front of Mayo. Wow. Great battle here for the lead, Jordan Hager. Everybody's keeping me sidetracked from this battle for the lead. John Piker squeezing his nose in the mix. 3-car battle for the lead here. Trying to make it 3 wide, it looked. Jordan Hager running that inside groove. Jason Nation staying to the high side. Side-by-side action for the lead. John Piker's trying to figure out a way around both of them. Still side-by-side. Hager takes the spot officially here on lap number 4. The battle moves on back to the second spot. Piker to the inside of Nation. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 3-car battle up front here in the second heat race at Bakersfield Speedway. They're closing in on the 44M of Matt Mayo here on lap number 5.
What a race for the lead.
Absolutely. These three have yet to get away from each other. The competition level huge in this sport mod heat race. 2 laps remaining. And as Jeffrey just said, Jason Nation spilling the beans in turn 2. White flag is out, and the battle still rages on up front. John Piker trying to figure out a way. He goes to the high side. Jordan Hager now running that inside groove, trying not to let anybody get below. Piker will throw it into the corner. But Jordan Hager out of turn number 4 will take the spot and the lead, holding off Piker. Wayne Dotson, Terry, Nation, and Ethan Dotson with Mayo following suit. What a race. Matt Mayo coming across the line.
You know, we had an incredible race up front and everyone else was all over the place.
Yeah, it seemed like only 3 cars were hooked up in that one. Man, oh man, what an exciting main event to come.
Getting ready for the first heat race of the H&S Bodyworks Hobby Stocks. Tommy?
Yeah.
6 cars ready to go. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Here we go. Ralph Cook, Jimmy the Shoe, give him away.
Green flag in the air. The 78 is Ralph Cook, like Tommy said, and Jimmy the Shoe Irwin. Row number 2 had the 01 of Tina Childress, the 77B of Mike Boley, the 55 of Matt Lewis goes around in turn 3, and the 37 of Aaron Stewart for some reason started way back. So I don't know if that was just trying to avoid trouble or what. But now those two are racing for position, and Ralph Cook is our leader on lap number 1.
The Shoe, the winner of the last Hobby Stock race 2 weeks ago, August 10th. Looking to try to do it again here tonight. But he's going to try to start it off with a heat race.
Don't you love dirt track racing? Seeing how these guys just absolutely throw these cars into the corners. They whip them out of the corners, and it's out of control the entire time.
Well, I guess you can say controlled chaos.
Well, except for the 55 of Matt Lewis spinning it out once again in turn number 2. He's going to come up right in front of your leaders as they battle it out for the win. Cook's going to go high now. Irwin's going to look low. Almost contact. Now Cook's going to look low. Lap number 4, halfway in this heat race. Lewis really changing the game here for the leaders. Looks like Jimmy Irwin's going to get around, though, here out of turn number 4 and sail off into the sunset.
Childress slipping and sliding down the front straightaway.
Yeah, she had to really hold on to it out of turn 4. Boley now going to pose a challenge on her. See if that 77B machine can move up to the 3rd spot. Not yet. Matt Lewis, I tell you, Tommy, he's really racing Ralph Cook hard.
Gotta learn.
Yeah, between the main and the heats, I'd say this would be the place to really race the leaders if you're a lapper.
White flag in the air. The Shoe looking to win again, this time in heat race number 1.
Out of turn number 4, it's going to be that 2X machine going topless and going to victory lane, so to speak, for the Shoes. Aaron Stewart is excited.
Just beating Bully at the line, and you said Stewart, who is now smoking.
Yep.
We'll find out. Here we go, heat race number 2.
Where is everybody?
For the Hobby Stocks, they're just hanging out. They're probably watching Bristol right now on ESPN. But you're watching Low Budget TV here at the Bakersfield Speedway. and it's not live, but it's live tape. Steven Johnson, Johnny Malcolm, and Chad Johnson, 3-car battle, and they ironically are a 3-car battle for the lead.
These are 3 of the best cars here.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. Well, and then you got some in the first heat race that put on a good show, but yeah, this is a stacked heat race.
I have the hiccups, so if you guys see the camera go like that, that's the hiccups.
You're shaking the whole track, Jeffrey. I hope you know that it's not just the camera that you're shaking.
It's just a test.
Oh, earthquake.
How good these drivers are.
Battle for the second spot, Johnny Malcolm, who gave Jimmy the Shoe Irwin heat race #1 winner a good run for his money last time out here at Bakersfield Speedway. Johnny Malcolm in that 15 looking for redemption here tonight.
Tommy, we talked about how good that 15 car was last time out. When we saw him in the pits, we knew he's out here for redemption, looking to see if he could beat Jimmy the Shoe. But look at this.
I was going to say, but you've got the 2 Johnsons out front on this one, and they want a piece of that battle from last week as well. Not the greatest run for either of these 2, and they wanted to claim their stake here tonight. And what a way to do it in the first heat race, or in the second heat race, I should say, of the the hobby stocks. Wow, I'm way off my page today right now. You've got the hiccups, I've got brain farts. That's what happens when you hold your farts in.
One of them is curable.
That's true. Steven Johnson in that 26 machine holding off Chad Johnson. Battle for the lead now, the Johnsons. Johnson and Johnson battling for the lead. Malcolm now watching and waiting, giving Chad Johnson a little bit of a shove. Steven Johnson throws it in the corner, and it's going to be Steven Johnson taking the checkered over Chad Johnson and Johnny Malcolm.
It's going to be a good main event.
Oh boy.
Not a lot of cars, but a lot of competition.
Exactly.
Getting ready for the first heat race of the IMCA Modifieds tonight, August 24th, 2013 at the Bakersfield
Nice hiccup.
Speedway.
You still got those hiccups, don't you?
No, I'm a professional. 8 cars, and all 8 of them.
You're a professional drunk.
Very hungry. Green flag in the air. Scott Gatson in the 29, the 22C. Michael Johnson jumping to the lead. The 24 machines, Roger Horter, he's going on the outside of Gatson. Now the 24X also going to follow through, and that is Ricky Childress Jr. 3 wide down the front straightaway. The 1J, Jeff Streeter, are going to have some contact, and the 5 of Brett Bennett going to slam into him. Caution out in lap #1. Also in this field, the #2, that's Larry Hood, and the 26M. In loving memory of Tom McCabe is the 26M of Chet Reeves.
You're hitting the rev limiter. We'll be back. Restart lap #1. I'm working with a drunk fella.
Getting ready for the restart lap #1. 5 cars left on track. So the #5 of Brett Bennett not going to be able to continue in the heat race. They are still backing him into his spot right now. Green flag in the air, and Michael Johnson leads us left away. Holder looking low. How about the 24X, Ricky Childress Jr. having some fun in the the IMCA Modifieds tonight. Larry Hood looking underneath, taking the 3rd spot. Chet Reeves going to spin it out in turn #2 here on lap #2. And the caution flag out, 1 and do-dee-da-do, see.
Roger Holder, road racing on dirt. Here we go.
Getting ready for the restart, lap #2. 4 cars left. And Michael Johnson in the 22C getting ready to lead us away. Green flag is in the air. Holder, Hood, and Childress. Look at this 3 wide battle for the lead. Not going to last, however. Oh, Johnson spins it out in front of the field. Everyone keeps it going. No caution so far. Holder is your leader. Childress second. And now Hood in the 3rd spot. Dirt track racing, one of the most unpredictable forms of racing there is on this planet. And that goes to show why. You could be the leader, it don't matter. Fate plays no favorites, Tommy.
Especially on dirt. Here we are, lap number 4, lap 5, when they cross the line.
Childress, and what I believe may be his debut in the IMCA Modifieds.
Incorrect. He's been running a few times, but this is his debut, I believe, in that 24 machine.
Works for me. Trying to have a good run here in the heat race with 2 laps to go. Already doing it. Not sure if he's going to catch Holder in the 24. And Hood not looking like he's going to catch either of these guys. White flag in the air. Holder looking impressive. It seems like tonight, especially in both modified divisions, it's really been who has their car in the track, which one's handling the best. Holder going to take the checker. We saw in the sport modified similar things where half the field was running great and the other half was all over the place.
Heat race number 2, and I believe the last heat race of the evening here.
So Tommy, let's tell them a little bit about Low Budget TV.
Absolutely. We sell the main events on DVD. $20 will get you every lap of every main event. Tonight might be a little bit difficult. You might see a few, or probably just one race on YouTube, because we have 6 divisions. If you're not here at the Bakersfield Speedway, you got to come out and see it in person. The action is the attraction here. Low Budget TV, we sell the main events on DVDs. Contact us. We go green, the final heat race of the evening. And we're going to do a restart because they wanted us to keep promoting ourselves.
Absolutely. Low Budget TV on Facebook.
Yes.
Low Budget TV on YouTube.
Which is what you're watching, absolutely. And we're putting together a cheap, low-budget website for you to visit. So hopefully that can be up anytime soon. The problem is we don't have the money to afford it. So
we're low budget.
We're low budget. But with your help, make a I sound like I'm on PBS. What would they say? If you make a donation, if you make a donation, you can help the lives of us. Okay, enough of the BS. Steve Noland on point, the number 17 N2 is outside, the 51 Brian Clark. Robbie Sawyer in the 198, Jay Marks in the 97, the Dominator Brad Pounds in the 15B, Kenny Kirkpatrick in the 77, and Dalen Coffey in the 55. We go racing. That started a lot better than the previous one. 3 wide, they tried 2 turns, 1 and 2. Clark out front in the 51. Nolan and Marks now running that high side.
Oh boy.
Marks with a great run the last time we saw the modifieds out here. Nolan in the 2nd spot. Pounds moving his way through the field on the inside of Robbie Sawyer. Brad Pounds this evening in the main event. We're going to figure out if he can go 5 wins in the past 5 races, 4 of them being in the IMCA Modifieds. One of them, last race out here in the West Coast Late Model Shootout Division. Clark in the lead here on lap number 3. Sawyer to the inside of Nolan. What a tight battle here we've got in this heat race. A little bit of contact going into the corner. Pounds trying to figure out a way around Sawyer, and in doing so, everybody behind him, being Nolan and Marks, trying to figure out a way around Pounds. Tight battle for the 2nd spot. Clark loving what he's seeing right now. 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Marks shooting into the 2nd spot into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Pounds to the inside. Robbie Sawyer getting shoveled back into the 4th spot. 2 laps remaining. Can Marks close up and pass that 51B of Brian Clark? White flag is out. 1 more lap to figure that out. Marks running the low side nearly putting the tires on the berm. Brian Clark looking good though. Side by side through the corner, checkered flag up in the air. It's going to be a photo finish, and Mark's taking the win at the line. A nose over Brian Clark. That's probably, I think, our fourth photo finish of the heat races. We're not even into the main events. Holy cow. Like we were saying, the action is the attraction here. And now it's time for us to turn on our wall cameras for DVDs.
Thank you for watching, folks. Low Budget TV.